My name's Monica Allen, and I want to be your financial therapist. I made this channel so that we could have some time together and I could give you tips and you could learn from my mistakes and you can be financially free. Let's start with this. I'm going to start with my book, Girls Just Want to Have Fun's, available on Amazon. And I'm going to start with the first chapter, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to read it to you. Don't worry about that. I'm going to name the title, Why Mama's Got the Checkbook. And I wanted to name the book that, but it took me so long to write it that some people don't have checkbooks anymore. I talk about, in my book, my kids are all 5 years apart and I have 4. And my youngest, we used to use cash, and we went to Noble Romans and we bought breadsticks and cheese and shared it. I was young when I had her and she was in college with me. The next one, he would always say, hey, do you have your checkbook on you, when we went to Toys R Us? Because that's how we got money. The next one would say, can we go to that money mover place and have it spit some money out at us? Let's get some money before we go. And then my last child would always say, oh, do you have your debit card on you? We might need something. Now things have changed a lot, but Mama usually controls the pulse of the household. And that old saying that says, if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That is true. And if you're a man watching this video and you want to have a happy life, then have a happy wife. But trust me, that doesn't always mean that we're just going to spend and go in debt if she wants to do that, because there's a time where you have to draw the line and you're going to have a happy life together, working towards goals together. Both of you need to be on the same page, although one of you can be controlling most of the money if that's agreed upon between you guys. It doesn't have to be both of you seeing everything, because sometimes it's just not feasible. One person could care less, but they'll go along with the program. And I found my husband was kind of that way early on, especially. And then when he saw the benefits to our finances, and now as we're getting ready to enter at least a pre-retirement phase, he is thrilled. And he helped me teach classes and teach clients how this worked for us. And he gave the example of, I didn't really like it, but I do now. And he went along with it, and that's the key. So Mama decides, she usually has a checkbook in her purse, or does most of the spending for groceries, if we're gonna eat out or not, if we're gonna go to Disney this year, or if we're gonna go on a camping trip, or if we're staying home for spring break and just doing some things closer to home, or we're gonna do a remodel project in our house. Mama usually decides that. And so if the mamas get on board with what I'm telling you, that you do have the pulse of the household, and even if you're telling your kids, we're not going to Disney, and their 3 best friends are going to Disney over the summer, but we're not, instead of saying it that way, like, we can't afford this, we're in debt, and cause them a bunch of stress, even though you might be thinking it, Mama can say, what we're going to do is we're going to the state park for a day. We're going to have a camp out right in our own backyard. We're going to invite your friends over for s'mores. We're going to invite friends over for a water balloon fight. We are going to have a summer full of fun, not just 1 week. And you can tell them what your vacation is and talk with upbeat. Like, instead of going out to eat at an expensive restaurant, we're having a picnic in the park, taking all your favorite sandwiches and blowing bubbles, or going to the pool afterwards, or we're going to a friend's house that has a pool that we're using free, even better. So Mama's attitude about what's going on financially in the house can change it for everybody. And that's what I want you to know. And that's what I want you to, it's a mindset shift. Even if you feel like we're in terrible trouble, I'm depressed about our finances, don't let the littles know about that. Don't let your kids know about it. Even if they do know about it and they're old enough to know about it, don't let them know the stress that it might have, this invisible noose on your neck, making you feel like you're going to cry all the time because of the debt you're in, and you don't feel like you're going to get out. You are going to get out, but you have to start making small steps. And part of this that the woman controls is having a good attitude, no matter what those steps entail. Having a good, happy, positive, upbeat attitude, especially for the children and even for your spouse, that this is the way it is and we're working on our future. And if you have that attitude, even if you don't feel it, you fake it till you make it. If you have that attitude, you can do so much more with your finances, and nobody's really going to feel it, rather than they feel it if you scream, because we can't afford it, that's why. Everyone feels that stress, and then also they feel poor, and it's not their fault. So I don't want them to feel poor. We're not going to affect our kids and our husband's mindset future. We're going to affect it in a positive way, and by doing that, we're reframing. This is what we're choosing to do. We're doing this. We're having a movie that we love at home, and popping popcorn with real butter poured on it, just like the theater. There's things that you can do, and involves a mindset shift. And even if you don't feel it inside, please be positive for those little hearts or big hearts that you're impacting, because mama's attitude when you've got the checkbook changes everything for your family's financial future. And you want to start with a good attitude so that they will be positive about, this is what we're doing, and we're so lucky, we're so blessed. Stay tuned. If you like this, subscribe, send this to somebody that might benefit, because this is what this channel is all about. Allen Money Talks is to help you get control of your finances and take the invisible noose of debt and bad finances off your neck so you can breathe and live the life of your dreams. Have a great day.